Hello, everyone. Especially hello to the Conversion Hotel crowd. It's what day is it today? Tuesday. Got back whenever. I don't know. Weekend Conversion Hotel. Some stuff, other words that make sense. Thank you. It was a great time. I had lots of great conversations, and I just thought I'd do a follow up to answer some questions or to answer one key question really, and to elaborate on something that I touched on my talk at Conversion Hotel. There you go. There's a good intro. And the main thing that I was touching on there was how to get started with small models. So I was saying, hey, use small models. Small models can be better than larger ones. They're more sustainable. And here's a good first step to using small models, which is to use OpenRouter. So I thought I'd take you through what that looks like when you actually start using OpenRouter. Right, let's get into this. So if you go and head on over to openrouter.ai, then you'll create an account, then head on over to credits, and then you need to add, well, first of all, you need to wait for the page to load. Is it loading? Did I click on it even? Yeah, I did click on it. So here's your credits. You got 21, I got $21.49. And yeah, you just need to add some credits. You don't need to add too much. It's just like $1 should be enough because these small models are pretty cheap. That's another advantage of using small models, super, super cheap. But I'll show you how where you can see those prices in a second. So let me switch back. So once you've added some credits, again, $1 more than enough, head on over to chat and then you get a chat interface. Just like the chat interfaces you used to, you can say, you can put in your chat and you can just chat away to your heart's content. The difference is that you need to add a model before you can chat. And when you add a model, you get a list that could be overwhelming at first, especially if you come back from Conversion Hotel like I have. And these, so how do you pick the models? And it's not just small models that are available here. You got all of your sort of like so-called flagship models, GPT-5 and all of that kind of stuff. So GPT-4, Claude Opus 4.5 as well. I'll show you that in a second. It's a completely unnecessary model in my view. So, um, so the way to think about these is that you'll see these, or the way to go about choosing these is that you'll see that there's like this number 7B. The B part stands for billion parameters, and the higher that number, the bigger the model. So anything above like 12 billion parameters, I think that as I've been testing, seems to be very, very competitive with the larger flagship models just out of the box, even for more complex prompts. Lower than 12 billion, lower than 7 billion, and you need to break up your prompts into smaller pieces in order to get the best out of them. But you can definitely test around. So and then the think part means that it's going to do some thinking before it gives you the output. Not all of them are labeled in that way. Some of them have got different versions. We have think and non-think versions or whatever. So not all of them will have the think in the name. So, and in terms of picking the best models to get started with, I'll share this with you as well. This is a paper that goes around benchmarking small models, and they benchmark on the smaller end, so really small end. And Llama 3.21 billion is is a winner for them in terms of a good sort of efficiency and accuracy sort of combo. So you can pick that model, and then now you can start chatting with it. But also, what you can do is you can compare other models as well. So if you wanted to compare your GPT 5.1, you can add that to the list, and you can add multiple ones to the list as well. And then here you can start chatting with them, and then that these two start talking. Let me stop that because I don't want to be sending money to GPT 5.1 OpenAI dickheads. Sorry, I don't want to be sending money that way. That way. But anyway, so you pick the models and then you can start chatting with them and then you can start comparing the output. If you go over to the models list, this is where you see all the models. And like I say, Claude Opus 4.5, this is a new model that's available. So all the new models are released. You'll be able to see them on this list. And you can see here like $5 per million input tokens and 25 for output, $25. So super expensive model, this one. And in my view, like I said, completely unnecessary. If you scroll down, you can see like some of them are zero, so they're they're free. But there's other ones that are 0.01 per million input tokens. So very, very cheap. And you can see how much money you're spending when you go to activity. And I'm not going to go there because it's got my app data and stuff like that in there. But you can see how much you're spending there as well. And you can set your context and prompt pricing, and you can filter these models down in different ways. So that's it, really. Thought I'd give you a super quick video just to kind of break down how to get started with OpenRouter. Ultimately, this would be a step towards perhaps moving to uh, doing all of this stuff locally. But this is by far fastest way. No need to install anything. Only going to cost you $1. If you put $1 credit, you can get quite far on that. You can start playing around and messing around with different models. Yeah. Hope you have fun doing that, and let me know if you have any further questions. Thanks.